Please share your insight for a few minutes. Venerable Sujal.
Thank you so much for having me, all of the most venerable that is present today. First of all, I have a novice that's watching and he wants to scan your QR code. So for those who have missed the QR code, please wait for the conclusion of today's bi-weekly and you can go back to the beginning to see the QR code. Please participate in any way, shape, or form that you can. Realize that the presence of all of the venerables here and other bhikkhus around the world is extremely rare as they are still alive and teaching because AI will take over. So any events that you can participate will contribute to your mindfulness and subsequent great benefits within the Dhamma. Also, I wanted to direct everyone to Most Venerable Yutatamo, who I got to briefly meet with brief conversations back in April. And wherever you follow Most Venerables, good, qualifying, authentic, and experienced teachers, as you all can see here present today, good things happen. As a result of trying to chase after Venerable Yutatamo at Wat Rampen, I was able to run into the two relics, the two chief disciple relics in Chiang Mai. And also good things happened when I went to Venerable Sarnapala in Canada. Today's discussion very important as we see direct evidence, empirical evidence-based, of the results of not being mindful. After the election happened, there were empirical reports from doctors that I work with, how patients come in, not themselves, and a shift in consciousness and a shift in elevated anger, elevated hatred. And I spoke to former bhikkhu Adrian that practiced 6 years in Thailand. And he says, Florida's got this thing where they hang on to old beliefs. There are some states that I would never come and visit as he's coming to Florida to see me. But upon such reflection, reviews that people do hang on to things. We call that attachment. We call that clinging. Clinging on to old ideas, old views, old political views doesn't really lead one to be peaceful. And how that, has a lasting impression for people across the U.S. and in the world. Who wants to come to a state that people are just stuck in their old set and ways? Mindfulness is important. Sati is important because just look around you. You can't be drunk to see other people drunk. You can't be mindless to see other people mindless. You have to be mindful to see other people being mindless. Just sit back and just observe how your friends and family forget their keys, lose their wallets. Why do you think people coming up Black Friday and Cyber Monday is going to buy more Apple AirTags? Because they're not mindful. Monks have 3 pair of robes. Can you imagine if I'm like, I can't find my other pair? Anyone see my other orange pair anywhere? Maybe I should have my mom sew an Apple AirTag onto my robes. So it is funny, but it's also not. Because as the world progresses forward, we have something called information diet. People equate other people's opinion for truth. Gen Zs and Alpha equate other people's opinion for facts and truth. No. People equate information for facts and truth. No. Be mindful of what you digest in your mind. Know that the Dhamma, the Four Noble Truths, is undisputable, irrefutable truth in the world. Everything we teach will stand strong, even when we no longer exist. I find it challenging as an emerging young teacher in teaching mindfulness because of what's happening in the world and the constant evolving world, constant evolution of the mind and psychology that poses different directions from the political arena to the marketing arena to the consumer arena. Eating more, doing more, having more, collecting more. I hope that everyone take this today's sutta very seriously and re-examine the word sati again. And look at your life as to how, are you driving mindfully? Are you whatever it is that you're doing, the management of your time, are you doing it mindfully? As a direct result of that, mindfulness will lead to great joy and happiness and will save you a lot of money. Forgetting things, forgetting to fuel up, forgetting to stop by here, running errands, forgetting to say I love you to your loved ones, just forgetting things costs you. It can cost your wallet too. So in the most realistic and practical way, mindfulness can save your life. Not mindful while you're driving, not mindful while you're crossing the street, not mindful at the time of this talk. You can miss a lot of very important words that will lead you towards enlightenment and or closer to it. So I just wanted to contribute the clinical aspect, clinical applications and everyday mindfulness to all. We hear that a lot, and we see a lot of magazines, and every year they sell the same magazines at Publix and Barnes and Noble. Mindfulness magazine. Why? Well, because people need it. They wouldn't sell it if you didn't need it. And blessed all of the venerables here who are making all of these public events possible for people to get more medicine, more mindfulness medicine into your bloodstream, into your consciousness, into everyday life. It is a constant battle of attention, constant battle of attention, unwavering focus. That's what mindfulness is. Unwavering, unbroken, continuous stream of being present with you, with what you're saying, with what you're doing, with what's happening in the present moment, with your emotions, with your perception. So I'd like to yield the floor back as we have other questions. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Venerable Trudeau. Actually,